Hello? On my way. Oh no. I'm waking up. ちょっと待ってください。ちょっと待ってください。On my way. Let me just take off my mask. God damn it. Are you gonna start testing with that? It's every time. Swear to God with no one. Alright, let's see. Hello? Hello. I may just woke up like 30 minutes ago and I'm hungry. Oh my god! I may try to order something while I'm streaming actually. Do my eyes shake like that? I think the truck is being funny a little bit, but it's working. I'm not gonna be messing with it for now. So, a couple of things. It's a little late. I was thinking to play Teardown. We could still do that. But there's things I want to talk about, especially that today that the new Valve headset was literally released. I don't know. I know the specs that I saw on the website, but I haven't watched the review, which there is out already on Linus' channel, so we could watch that together. Why not? Do our first reacting stuff today, since we don't have that much time. Yeah. Anyway. Oh my god, sorry. My nose is so noisy. Wait, that's not right. My nose is nosing. My nose is, stuffy. My nose is nosing. Anyway, let me get here the important thing, alright? I believe this time we're streaming on YouTube. Hi YouTube. I didn't stream on YouTube last time. YouTube, so if you guys are from the bot gang, many of you are from the bot gang, make sure to check on Twitch sometimes if I have a bot that I don't upload on YouTube. Those tend to be more personal, which is why I don't put them on YouTube, because I don't want them to be recorded in my channel. So feel free to check over there. If you want to save them as an archive too, I don't mind either. So I'm living in the internet anyway. I just don't want to have it in my own channel. That's it. Let's see. Let me find the thing I want to show. I think it was here. Had to be here, no? There we go. Alright. Ta-da! Look at that tiny one right there. This is my second ever event on VR10. And it's gonna be fun. I swear I'm not gonna be sleepy. Sorry. I will definitely be very hyper, like you usually see me some days. That day I'm obviously not gonna stream. This will happen on Friday. Alright, Friday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. That is 6:30 p.m. on Pacific Time. It will last for 4 hours, but it's gonna be open deck. For you guys that don't know what that means, basically once these four DJs play, it's gonna be open for people to play more, and the party can last longer, basically. The theme is, as you can tell there, is all chibi and gremlins and babies, and it's gonna be fun because I'm asking to play like very, very tough music, strong, heavy EDM, any genre do, as long as it hits hard. But we're gonna hit it hard, having everyone being chibis. I think it's gonna be adorable. And this is the poster I made, so you can see the homie Dougie, which is one of the DJs, is in the picture. Ghostly is another friend of mine who's also a DJ. So they're now playing here. And then those two is actually me. Which another friend helped me to take the picture. So obviously, you know who that Lil Ruru at the bottom, whoever is, and the one at the top of me, that kip filled with the flashing green eyes. That's actually my first ever VR chat avatar, so that's actually me as well. I treasure that kip fill, so it had to be there. In the party, you may see me either of those two, like mainly. I might be using more the one at the top because it has audio link. But we'll see. For network reasons, I should use the one at the bottom, right? But it's student, you know. It's all about my personality anyway. I need my own image eventually. I'm gonna do live 2D stuff, right? But yeah. This is gonna be a collab of like my own group and Rave Factory. So hopefully you expect it. If you're a VR chatter, watching my VOD, hopefully I'll see you there. You're gonna find the group. It's at the top left of the flyer. You can see it. I'll make it bigger for you. This is Dudu7829. If you search that on VR chat, you'll find my group. But yeah. I hope I'll see you there. If not, that's okay. And now I do have another beat up with this. Oh my god, stop yawning. God damn it. This other meetup is gonna be with my server privately. So, that's the other one I'm gonna make. Very cozy, for those that are closer to me, and those that care a lot about me. Hopefully I'll see you there. I'm making that one very cozy, very personal. No party like that, right? And again, if you want to be part of my family in the server, feel free to join it on my About page in Twitch. You will find my Discord link. So there you can join, alright? So make sure you join it there as well. That's one thing. Other thing is, I think I'm feeling a little better. I don't know if I will do the hiatus or not. I will know on the moment, really. I'm usually not the person that needs to know on the moment, actually. It's very odd. I have to feel like that right now. But, like this party is like a big, you know, take a break type of thing, yeah? I want to be able to consistently stream again, right, and do all these things again, and I haven't been able. Past months is like I haven't been streaming as much, and that goes to everything. It's not only streaming; it's just everything in my life. It's all over the place. So I need to do something about it, and it's probably I just need to take my own time. It might last a week or less. I don't know, but I really need to like disconnect for a little bit. So I'm gonna be doing that probably after this weekend, after Sunday. I'm pretty much gonna disappear for a bit. That's if I need it. If you see I'm streaming again, if you see me around in VR chat, then I'm probably fine. I probably don't need it. It's probably something else. I don't know. But I'll try doing that. But I just, you know, feel like I don't need it. That's about it. And next is I wanna check the new index, you know, the new headset, the Steam frame, right? I think it'll be fun to watch together. If I do this, make really big, really big, I can change this to Rave. Oh, that's huge. Alright, that's my Twitter. We only need one tab. Let's watch this together. What? I think I made it too big. There. I can put it in the corner like this. Doesn't necessarily have to be. I'll do it like that. And then I put myself in the corner here. I think that sounds good, no? Like this, huh? It sounds good, right? Alright, so Linus Tech Tips made already a review about it, so I'm curious. I'm more curious on the competition rather than getting the headset. Yeah. I'm someone who likes the niche stuff in VR. For most people, like a full body and face tracking is like that's like not for the average customer. I know this one is for the average customer, so which is good. It will push VR for new limits. So let's see what this is about.
Everyone knows that outside-in tracking is just better for VR gaming. It's faster, more accurate, and it's more reliable. Well, here's the thing. Valve isn't everyone, and the new Steam frame took my expectations.
Like, what did he say again?
Everyone knows that outside-in tracking is just better for VR gaming.
Outside-in tracking.
It's faster, more accurate, and
it is
more
better.
Reliable.
It is.
Well, here's the thing. Valve isn't everyone, and the
but they made that. But HTC is like, come on.
New Steam frame.
Anyway, let's see. Again, this is for the average person, not for me.
Flaky experience in a standalone VR headset with camera-based positional tracking, and blew them away. They also blew away my expectations for their new Steam Machine and Steam Controller.
That I'm interested on. Like, the Steam Machine looks very interesting. They made their own console now?
But that's a separate video. We'll have that link down below. In 2 words or less, this thing is...
That's a separate what? Video? You made a video right now?
And Steam Controller, but that's a separate video. We'll have that link down below.
You already made the video? Ain't no way. Ain't no way, you just released this one. Chill out. Did he release it already? No, he did not.
In 2 words or less, this thing is impossibly good. And, maybe more importantly, impossibly versatile. They managed to make it lighter, more comfortable, and higher fidelity than the OG Index for PC VR gaming. They managed to bolt an ARM-based computer to it that runs mobile VR games and applications. You can even just sideload an Android APK. And the whole thing runs freaking SteamOS with a new element to their Proton compatibility layer called Vex that allows you to play desktop VR games. I'm talking x86 Windows VR games on your ARM Linux
awesome,
VR headset. I would mic drop
That's cool,
this,
actually.
I think I'd get in trouble. The last part I wouldn't believe if I didn't experience it for myself, but they did all of this with latency that is indistinguishable from the best VR experiences that I've had.
Hear that? That's the sound of the
What the hell?
holidays coming. Because if you spend over $100 at lttstore.com, you get a 1 in 10
Why is that
chance
guy
of
without a
winning
shirt?
something big. You
What's
can win
the
a pair of
big?
Sennheiser HD 550 headphones.
Oh my god.
Or if you're
What the
really
fuck
lucky,
is
you may be
that?
selected to win a brand new ROG Xbox Ally X.
Oh my god, it
This
doesn't
is
have
fun.
transparency.
But hurry, you only have until November 26th. Shop now at lttstore.com.
Frame is a fundamental shift for Valve. Rather than being an accessory for your gaming PC, it's meant to be a standalone device that can also be enjoyed alongside your PC using wireless streaming for VR, which sounds horrible, but somehow it's not. Let's take a closer look at the hardware.
All right.
Then we can talk about how they
It's
did
a
it.
hard sell,
The
though.
headset that I'm holding is actually
like
made up of multiple
wireless is
components.
like, yeah.
The core module contains the actual computer and weighs under 190 grams. Then next is an audio module that can be detached with 3 clips under the foam gasket. Then there's the head strap and a battery pack that is cleverly positioned at the back to help counterbalance the device, improving comfort, and also to make it a little bit easier to cable manage if you wanted to have an external battery pack. The optics are, simply put, flipping incredible. Like other leading headsets, they're using pancake lenses, but unlike some other headsets that use pancake lenses, there was very little in the way of internal reflections visible in the demo applications that I use today. It is possible that with brighter light sources, it could show up a bit more, but that's going to be something that I'll have to save for the full review. What I can tell you is that under each lens is a 2160 by 2160 LCD display that's capable of anywhere from 72 Hertz, presumably for power saving, up to 120 Hertz with a 144 Hertz experimental mode, just like we had on the Valve Index. As for why Valve decided to use LCD rather than OLED, it basically came down to the light losses due to the pancake lenses. Ooh, since I'm pointing at them, on the inside of each lens, maybe you could even see them if you went cross-eyed enough, is an eye tracker that's obviously going to be great for social VR experiences, but perhaps more importantly, enables Valve to do what they call foveated streaming, which I'm going to have to explain later because it gets a little in the weeds.
What?
First, let's take a look at the controllers. Valve fully acknowledges that these are very similar to other designs in the market, but they wanted something that was both great for VR and also great for your non-VR applications if you just want to use your headset as a giant virtual display.
Yeah, it looks
And
like a
still managed to add some Valve touches to them, putting
nut
capacitive
chug
sensing
from the
on
Wii.
all input surfaces and on the grips, so you can still do 5-finger tracking just like the Knuckles controllers from the Valve Index.
That's cool,
They have
actually. That's
2-stage
good.
actuating
That's a good
triggers,
thing.
2-stage actuating grips, which unlocks a ton of control customization. They use the same magnetic thumbstick as the new Steam controller for better reliability and a very small dead zone. And they each have their own independent gyros that can be rebound for aiming or whatever you want. I can't tell if they were being suggestive though, given the popularity of
What do you mean by that?
applications, but I can't say for sure that they weren't. Both controllers have an integrated IMU to track positional data and 18 infrared LEDs that can be tracked by the 4 high field of view cameras that are integrated into the frame's core module. These were strategically positioned so that even if you were, say for example, drawing an arrow from a quiver, it should be able to maintain tracking. Now, I didn't get a chance to try that, nor did I get to fire up Beat Saber, my favorite application for evaluating controller tracking under extreme conditions. But from just shaking them around in the menu, they seem to track extremely well. Valve is claiming about 40 hours of battery life off of a single AA, and this battery compartment is a perfect transition into the customizability that's on display with this headset. They're going to have an optional accessory kit that includes knuckle straps for the controller, as well as a second head strap with a top Velcro piece if you like a bit of additional support. I personally liked it better, but I also didn't feel like it was necessary like it is on the much heavier Apple Vision Pro. There's a lot more to customize on the frame itself too. It includes a spacer gasket for folks with long eyelashes and to improve compatibility with glasses, but Valve fully acknowledges that not everyone will want to use that because it does take away a little bit from their claimed about 110-degree field of view. So they are working on prescription lenses for the headset itself. We even saw a box of them, but there's no specific timeline on that. IPD adjustments are handled with a little knob on the top that spins a cog on the core module, and this is really cool. Right between the goggles at the bottom here is an expansion port that allows up to two 2.5 gigabit MIPI cameras, or a single camera with a PCIe Gen 4x1 slot, allowing all kinds of possibilities for additional accessories. Like if you wanted color cameras, for instance, the built-in ones are only monochromatic. Or if you wanted, I don't know, a smell sensor, the sky's the limit. Since we're on the subject of the cameras, Valve says that they will work for inside-out tracking even in pitch darkness thanks to IR emitters that are built into the headset itself, and you can expect tracking performance on the order of about 200 to 250 updates per second, which is about on par with the Valve Index. Not something that I expected. Now that I've had a chance to gather my thoughts and eat some crappy airport food, let's talk about how Valve is delivering a PC VR-like experience wirelessly when big names like Apple and Meta have tried and never really succeeded. It starts with the least interesting looking part, this 6 gigahertz Wi-Fi dongle. Valve built the headset with 2 radios and 2 antennas for Wi-Fi, along with a third dedicated antenna for your controllers or your Bluetooth peripherals. One of those Wi-Fi antennas handles 5 gigahertz for your game downloads, your multiplayer data, your voice chat, etc. The other one connects to a very high-end home router, or more likely, Valve's dongle using the so far mostly unused 6 gigahertz band. This is a perfect use case for 6 gigahertz.
That's actually good.
Since it lacks the wall penetration that you might want for home Wi-Fi, but it excels at avoiding 2.4 and 5 gigahertz channel congestion while pushing
There's so much congestion with
bandwidth.
hertz.
With that said, while the theoretical maximum is right up there with wired connections, in the real world it falls well short of that. So what's the secret? Foveated streaming. Seeing this in action blew my flipping mind. Basically, the idea behind it is similar to foveated rendering, where the headset tracks your eyes and tells your GPU, hey, only render the area of focus at full fidelity and save your resources on the rest of the scene. It's a technique that's been used to great effect on the handful of PSVR 2 titles that exist, but has been largely untapped on the PC side. Largely because it depends on game developers to implement it. And also, most headsets don't have built-in eye tracking, so why would they bother? Foveated streaming then. Again, same idea. Focus your resources wherever the eyes are looking. Except in this case, it's not the GPU saving on rendering resources, it's the video encoding stream saving on bitrate. So you get crystal clear, high bitrate encoding, exactly where your eyes are looking, and then a little bit blurry everywhere else. At least in theory.
How you do that?
In practice,
like,
it reacted so fast that no matter how quickly I tried to move my eyes, I wasn't able to catch it. But I also don't feel too bad about that. Valve put on an incredible demo for me in Half-Life Alyx, where they highlighted
I'm skeptical. There's no way.
Window as I was looking around.
That sounds insane.
And even though they say it's only about 10% of the total video stream, it ends up being a pretty large window. Wild. As for the encoding latency, well, thanks to some clever parallelization of the encoding, you can expect anywhere from 1 to 2 milliseconds of extra latency on a modern GPU, and 4 to 5 for a slightly older but still VR-capable one. Not enough to notice or to contribute to significant motion sickness. And it keeps getting better.
There's no way.
To get almost 50 feet away from the dongle without a noticeable difference in the experience.
That's just like being wired.
Granted, this is still line of sight, but It's a lot further than I can get with a tether. Now, I did bring up the possibility of more than one of these devices causing interference with each other, and Valve said that while they have operated multiple headsets concurrently in the same space, they haven't explored more demanding use cases like packed VR cafes. Moving on to audio. The built-in solution is both incredibly impressive and also a little disappointing. I'm impressed by the audio quality. They apparently had to use opposing drivers to cancel out the vibrations to make sure that the inside-out tracking didn't get messed up, and they sound fantastic. As for the mic, I didn't get a chance to test it, but Valve assured me that the mics should carry on the Index's incredible reputation for stellar microphone performance.
Yeah,
I'm
their
disappointed
microphone,
because
the
I
Index
literally
microphone
had
is
the
really,
engineer
really
who
good.
worked on the Index and this new headset in the room with me, and when I asked her for a gaming headset with all this same audio black magic, she just shrugged. So, sorry y'all, I tried. In all seriousness, the speakers don't fire directly into your ears, so there is a bit more sound bleed than with the Index, but it doesn't seem like a game breaker, depending on what you're watching and who's around. The last couple of experiences I want to talk about are a huge deal whether you plan to use them or not. The first is Thex, an open source project that Valve has been contributing, and this is a quote, quite heavily to. It's a translation layer that allowed me to experience a completely standard Windows x86 game, Hades 2 in this case, running directly on the hardware on the frame. I'm talking x86 code designed to run on Windows, running on a Snapdragon 8650 running Linux. Holy freaking mind blown. They're planning a compatibility list a la Great on Deck for the future. But wait a second, running on Linux? Yeah, Valve's been busy porting SteamOS to ARM. How did they drop so much news on one day? The frame does everything that you know and love about SteamOS, like fast suspend and resume and performance overlays, except on your VR headset directly. And as I mentioned briefly in the intro, if you blinked you might have missed it, with this new ARM processor comes the ability to, supposedly, run Android APKs by directly sideloading them onto the Steam frame. And given how many VR experiences are designed to run on mobile devices, this is a colossal win. And with Valve's commitment to putting microSD card slots on all their devices, it can't be too hard to install. Now, there are still some areas where the frame doesn't seem to be industry leading.
Like, I think everything, I'm like, okay. The only thing I cared about was the streaming thing. If the latency is that low, that is pretty much wired type of latency. If that's real, then that's huge. If they manage to do that, then that is huge. That's insane. But I have to test it myself to see it. Yeah. You know, beating wire. Basically, it's as fast as when you plug your PS5 controller to your PS5 or your Xbox controller to your Xbox, or your Nintendo Pro controller to the Switch. Like that level of fast. So, if that's true, then looks like wireless is the future if they manage to do that. So definitely it is. But, you know, it's hard to beat wired. So somebody needs to do like a comparison with the Index and that and latency. That's the only thing I think I would care about if I were to get this.
The light seal.
But it doesn't have the niche stuff I want, like face tracking and eye tracking. Well, it does have eye tracking, actually. Face tracking. It doesn't have face tracking, and doesn't have base station support, which is odd. I was sure that they would add like that stuff, but they didn't. I'm guessing because it was too heavy. So if I were to get this, then I will use just like for base stations, but they should make a support for that very easy themselves. Hopefully, like where you can like come on themselves like made like these base stations with HTC. So they should make some support for people to just slap the Vive tracker or something, or they make their own thing and then you slap in on the headset to track base stations, like the module thing that's in front of the headset. Like if you just put that thing in, right? Like that little thing he just talked about. That's in the middle of the headset that you can insert anything. Maybe you can insert something for lighthouse tracking. Yeah. If you could do that, right, and you know, being able to in some way add face tracking, then I think this headset might be amazing. But that's it. Honestly, what I'm more interested is that Steam machine. That's the one I'm interested on. But I wanted to check this out.
Isn't perfect, especially if you compare it to the Beyond 2 with its custom 3D printed gasket. The pass-through cameras, they're just monochromes, so don't expect to be wearing your frame out and about like people did with the Apple Vision Pro for the first week or so. From my very brief and admittedly not side-by-side experience, it's also not the highest clarity nor highest dynamic range display I've ever seen, and it's not as light or compact as, say, the big screen Beyond 2. But it's the overall package that should have the entire rest of the industry stopping and going, how did Valve, who, as of 2021, supposedly had less than 350 employees, manage to outmaneuver monsters like Meta, who spent $17.7 billion on Reality Labs just last fiscal year? I would ask Gaben how it happened, but I'm pretty sure he's busy on his yacht. All I know is that I want one, whether it's for wireless PC gaming, native gaming on the road with minimal bulk in my bag, or even just relaxing on the couch watching movies on the big screen. Like, what kind of sucker needs a big
like, Meta is like, they've spent so much money. I don't know where it's going. Like, I don't know what they're doing, man. I swear. Like, Meta has good hardware, but their software is ass. And now you got here Valve beating them on the streaming hardware somehow. That input is insane to me. Like, that low of latency, I need to see it myself. Like, it's so low that I don't believe it.
TV when this thing
It's so low that I don't believe it.
So, with the frame clearly taking the place of the Index in Valve's lineup, what happens to all the users of the Index and, maybe more importantly, the third-party ecosystem that exists around its base stations and Knuckles controllers? The short answer is the Index is EOL. But the long answer is Valve would love to see other players in the VR space approach them.
EOL. What does that mean?
Is EOL.
What is EOL? What does that mean? Let me search. EOL. End of life. Oh no, yeah, absolutely.
But the long answer is Valve would love to see other players in the VR space approach them about continuing to support or even continuing to manufacture these devices. Whether that'll happen, I don't know, but at least Valve is open to the conversation. If you guys enjoyed this video, go check out part 2 on the Steam machine, as well as the new
someone else to
Valve
improve
Steam
the index.
Mind-blowing stuff today. I can't believe they blind.
Like, I am definitely more on the high-end niche type of thing, and I think Index was in that. Essentially, hold on, my camera is falling apart. I think Lighthouse is still like 20 times better than using like the inside-out tracking of like in the headset, like the cameras in the headset and being like wireless. No matter how much you talk to me, you're not gonna convince me it's better. It's not. It is better for casual use, but not for a hardcore VR person and full body and all of that, right? And you kind of just stay in one room for this stuff, really. So this, like, I called it. Like, they're definitely going more for the mainstream aspect with this headset, and them saying that they're open for someone else to keep manufacturing like a better index. Please, somebody do that. Like, I would love to see an improved index, and then they actually add like all that niche stuff, you know? That's what I want to see. An improved Valve Index. This is not an improved Valve Index. This is another headset. Yeah. I wouldn't call it the predecessor of the Valve Index, which is why they call it Steam Frame. If you think about it, it's not Index 2. Got its own name, so I think they know this. I think the Index and Steam Frame are like different devices, but VR headsets, you know?
It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water.
I'll drink water. I have my water here. I have a sparkling water, actually. But yeah, like, I want to see a native wire headset, OLED screen, lighthouse. Okay, that's what everyone needs. You know, everyone needs. Everyone in VR, that is like hardcore VR people, a lighthouse headset with face tracking natively to the plug to the computer, or having that insane, and then, you know, I have to see it to believe it, that insane like wireless maybe that they could add as an option, but it's better natively. Natively is always better to me. Wireless is just, you know, I have to see it to believe it, but be wired or that amazing wireless, if it's true, added in that headset. OLED and lighthouse. Okay, there is not a single headset that has that. Every single headset has something that doesn't have out of everything that I said. Just OLED, lighthouse, face tracking. OLED, lighthouse, face tracking. And natively support, like, wired. You fit those 4 criteria, and it should exist. It's like so needed by many people, but there is no headset that have these 4 criteria. It's either not a lighthouse headset, and it's like wireless. Either it doesn't have face tracking, or their screen sucks, or it's like there is something missing. Like, just add these 4 things, and you know what? You might get my bug, type of thing, you know? That's pretty much how I see it. Now, I'm interested on the Steam machine.
Inside of me with this, they're like, come down, we'll tell you nothing. You have 4.
I want to see the Steam machine. The Steam machine looks very, very interesting. I'm really, really curious about that new headset. The Great Stream Cube. Yeah. Let's search Steam machine. This is what I'm actually curious about. There's a whole trailer.
Hey everyone, this is Steam Deck. Steam Deck is our powerful, portable, handheld gaming PC that lets you take your Steam library with you anywhere. We're pretty proud of it. People who own Steam Decks have been playing everywhere, and we couldn't be happier with the response we've heard from all of you. We're excited to talk about the future of Steam Deck, but not today, because this isn't a video about the future of Steam Deck. This is a video about the future of Steam hardware. Today, we're announcing 3 new members of the Steam hardware lineup. All connect you with powerful PC gaming. All are optimized for gaming
how
with
cool
Steam,
is this controller? I'm not interested on it, but let's see
2026.
if it's worth to
Let's
listen.
start with this one.
What is this music?
This is the new Steam controller. The new Steam controller puts all of your Steam games at your fingertips, so you can play wherever and however you want. Just like with Steam Deck, we want you to be able to play any game with your Steam controller, even games never built with a controller in mind. It has all the great features from Steam Deck, like trackpads, gyro, and back buttons, all in a comfortable form factor. Its next-generation magnetic thumbsticks let you play with improved responsiveness.
That's good.
And
That's a
longevity.
good thing.
We've put capacitive touch sensors on the thumbsticks and now on the back of the controller too, so you can enable precision gyro aiming with the touch of your thumb or your pinky if you're feeling fancy. Play for way too long with a rechargeable lithium-ion battery that allows for over 35 hours of playtime. With Steam Controller, we want to make charging and wireless pairing something that's actually easy. That's why we created the Puck. The Puck is a combination wireless adapter and magnetic charger included with every Steam controller. Snap it on to charge. Once you're charged up, snap it off again. You can play over Bluetooth, the charge, adapter, and magnetic charger included with every Steam controller. Snap it on to charge.
They use the same sound effect twice.
Once you're charged up, snap it off again. You can play over Bluetooth or a wired connection too. The new Steam controller works with any device running Steam or Steam Link, whether it's a PC, Mac, handheld, smart machine.
Okay, I'm not interested. Oh. This is what I'm interested. The Cube. This is the new GameCube.
Oh, this is the new Steam machine.
Yo, we got a GameCube too, guys. No way.
Steam Machine is a powerful gaming PC in a small but mighty package, designed for your games on the big screen. It's quiet too, which is crazy since it's 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck, powered by a discrete, semi-custom AMD GPU, enabling 4K gaming at 60 frames per second with FSR.
That's insane.
Steam Machine runs SteamOS made for a bigger screen, built for gaming in your living room, your office, or wherever you play, with the rest of your PC accessories. Steam Machine borrows some great features from Steam Deck.
SteamOS, fast suspend, desktop, seamless updates.
Like lightning fast sleep and wake, an SD card slot to easily expand your...
Like this I'm very interested on, because like having a literal computer, like a gaming PC, that can be natively supported with games, and it's literally a computer, but it's like made to play games. I have a feeling this thing might run games better than the best computer you go with a 5090. Like, hardware together with software kissing each other, you know? And I think there's a reason why consoles exist, you know? So they're kind of pretty much doing that. But this, if they do things right, okay? All the hardware focused on gaming, right? I'm just saying, it might be the future for gaming. Let's see. This I'm extremely interested on. Very, very interested. Like I have a feeling this might be the best product to me. It would all depend obviously on the price, yeah.
Your storage, and bring some new tricks of its own, like a customizable LED strip, which can show different system functionality.
That's cool.
Or your own light show. Steam Machine is a PC, so run whatever software you want, and it works with all your favorite desktop and gaming accessories. Steam Machine is designed to work hand in hand with the Steam controller, with the low latency, wireless connectivity of the Steam controller puck built right in. And it's great for streaming your games to your phone, tablet, laptop, Steam Deck, or Steam Frame. Oh, yep, this is Steam Frame.
Okay, you gotta give it to them. That's such a perfect way to. All right.
Your games to your phone, tablet, laptop.
That was
Steam
clever.
Deck, or
That was
Steam
clever.
Frame. Oh, yep. This
Oh, yep.
is Steam Frame.
Oh my god. I need a review of the Steam Machine.
Steam Frame is Valve's
ASAP.
next generation VR hardware. Stream all your Steam games, VR and non-VR alike, in this comfortable, lightweight, wireless VR headset. Steam Frame uses camera-based tracking, so getting into your games is
Okay,
as
we
easy as
kinda
slipping-
already watched them. This is like, we don't have to watch 2 reviews about it. Hands-on with Steam Machine already. 51 minutes. Oh, you know what? I wanna watch this
Valve
guy.
has several hardware announcements today and some operating system announcements.
But are you reviewing it? Oh yeah, he
The
is.
company is announcing its Steam Machine Mini PC with SteamOS. Also, the Steam Frame VR headset with
I
several
only wanna
compute
see the Steam
portions,
Machine.
accompanying Steam Frame VR controllers and the new Steam controller. There are multiple aspects of software wrapped
Let's
into
see what
the use
Nexus
of
has to say.
SteamOS on
This is
ARM,
the guy I want to
Spectrum
hear a
Proton
review
updates,
from.
And of course, SteamOS
Absolutely.
desktop. So at our own expense, we booked some plane tickets.
Good guy,
hotel,
this is a
and
good
flew out
guy.
to Valve. to get some A-tier
Like,
engineering
yeah, like
discussion about
subscribe
all
to
this
Lion.
stuff.
Everyone
We
knows
have
Lion is
thermal,
in Nexus, but
acoustic,
like, subscribe to these
electrical
guys.
engineering teams
Subscribe to these
talking
guys. These guys are
today,
great.
For the news announcements that Valve has.
And what happens is when the signal transitions through, it hits that, and some reflections go through the via, and they resonate and cause interference. We had more CFD hours on this thing than an F1 team has in a calendar year.
If you hit it with ESD, it doesn't blow out the front end of the
Okay,
chip.
It's
so
interesting because there's a
Now first, Valve has attempted to launch Steam machines before. I was there in the before times at GDC in 2014 or 2015.
oh my god, look at him. It's oh my god, look at him. It's a baby.
When a bunch of system integrators had basically many ITX computers that Valve sort of said, look, it's not like literally
I'm gonna be honest. He looks better now. I'm gonna be real.
Steam machine, but
That older look looks better on him.
call it that, we can't stop you. That's what they had. Never came out. They just launched its ITX computers from SIs, and that kind of killed the project there. It is coming out now, but unlike last time, Valve's going first party for hardware. SteamOS is available to partners if they want to work with other companies on it. So
Right.
in theory, other people could build their own. I guess
Right.
it would just at that point be a SteamOS box. But they are now deploying SteamOS for their first significant first-party supported desktop, or basically desktop deployment with a Steam machine. That's important as well. So let's start with the Steam machine and the specs. The Steam machine uses a BGA solution with SODIMM memory and modular M.2 storage, shipping in 512 gigabyte and 2 terabyte models.
2 terabyte. How much storage do I have? I have 3.5 terabytes. I have 3.5 terabytes, and I still have a little space. So this is barely what I need. I need more, actually. So even though a 2 terabyte model, that's like almost my max, like my, you know, I'll be okay with that. That's fine. Oh, hi, Andrum. Okay, good night. Have a good night, alright?
With the micro SD card slot for additional storage.
That's good.
And
There you go. Fix.
there's an optional Steam controller bundle. Micro SD cards can be pulled relatively seamlessly between the Steam Deck and the Steam machine and transplanted between each other with games on them. Should be
That's
simple
good. That's awesome. Shit, that's awesome. I didn't hear about that. That's cool. Huh. So I can just put all my heavy games in this little guy.
Windows in that way. The CPU is an AMD 6-core 12-thread Zen 4 processor with its IGP fused off, and the GPU is a separate semi-custom RDNA 3.
Thank you, Andra. Oh my god. Hold on, let me do this so you can see it.
28 CU chip
Thank you,
that supports
Andrea.
ray tracing, which RDNA 3 does. The 28 CU solution is paired with 8 gigabytes of GDDR6 V.
This is okay, but again, it's like a console, this thing. So again, even though it's like this much VRAM, it's not the greatest. It's gonna work like a console. It's just like every game might run way faster because it's literally made for gaming. From all the way inside out, you know. It might be huge, okay? It might be huge. So I'm just saying. So even if it's VRAM, this might perform like a 16 gigs. Mappa! Let me talk! Even though it's 8 gigs of VRAM, that computer might perform like a 16 VRAM computer. Like, who knows?
RAM.
Especially with the OS, you know.
RDNA 3 was the RX 7000 series, so the 32 CU RX 7600 would be relatively close by pure CU count comparison. There's other specs to consider as well, but just by CU count, this would be a little bit below that. System memory is separate at 16 gigabytes of DDR5 5600 laptop memory. For rear ports, the Steam machine has one DisplayPort 1.4, one HDMI 2.0 with CEC, one 1 gigabit per second Ethernet, one USB Type-C 3.2 Gen 2 10 gigabit per second.
Like,
and
this is
two
a
USB
GameCube.
2 Type-A
This is the
ports. There
GameCube
are
too,
also
guys.
two USB 3 Type-A ports in the front, 2x2 Wi-Fi 6E, and another two separate antennas for Bluetooth.
Like,
and
I
one
actually need a new
specifically for
computer,
Steam
yeah.
controllers. Out
So
of the
this has
box,
less
it
VRAM
was
than I do, so it's
SteamOS,
like,
although you probably didn't need us
if they
to
make
go
an
to
option
Seattle
with,
to tell
like,
you that part.
stronger,
That part seems
I might
obvious.
actually get
Our
that.
biggest immediate concern by looking at this is definitely just the thermals. Looking at how closed off the box is in general, there's not a lot of space at the bottom. That's where most of the air is going to come in. There's a little bit of space at the front. You can take the front panel off, and that opens it up a lot. But we can't really pass too much judgment on it till we have it to benchmark, which we will definitely be doing. Valve did do a lot of tuning on thermals, so they have a single larger, for this size machine, 120mm fan that's used as a pull solution. So that'll pull through the bottom and the holes in the front. It'll pull a lot through the holes in the front if you remove the
Like,
front
this I'm
panel,
very
but as always,
interested.
there's
Like, if
trade-offs.
it's
So if you
good,
pull that
man.
front panel and more air comes in through there, less is going to come through the bottom. Something else might not get cool as much. Anyway, we'll test all that.
Shelly First Specs is too casual for us. It's kind of weaker. Yeah, it's kind of weak. I know that.
But there were two critical
I'm all about, like,
original Steam
how
machines that
it's gonna
predate
perform,
this
though,
one
'cause I
with a
know
quick
that there's
history. The
software
first critical shortcoming
and
was
pretty much
Valve
hardware
did
like
not
that.
ship them.
They might surprise us, you know?
It's kind of the main one, really. The second was
love
that
the
Valve worked with
software
third-party suppliers
that they
like
make.
system integrators and
Like,
Sarah
they
Power,
know their
Power,
shit.
companies like that,
So even
to
if it's
make
weaker,
small form factor
it might be
PCs
great.
as Steam machines. They
Just
did
like
not
the
intend to
Index.
do large
Index
first-party runs at the
specs are
time,
very
other
low,
than a beta
but
run.
they're
And it wasn't
still
really
one
a
of the
great
best
reason to use
headsets.
The 2015 version of SteamOS from that time. It was nowhere close to where it is today. Steam
They might be doing
OS,
something great
was
there.
a much higher path of resistance than using Windows.
It's
and
from
Windows wasn't at
Linux.
spying on your
Right.
capacity.
They're
So
Linux.
essentially, we just
They're
feel like now
SteamVR,
is the right time for
SteamOS.
us to make these happen. Just because we finally feel like we have the software and the hardware pieces all figured out.
I just want to see the specs for that,
By all
like
accounts,
how
the
how
Steam
how it's gonna
experience
perform
on Steam
compared
Deck,
to,
people
you know,
love it. They love the
same specs
convenience.
Windows
We've seen a
and
lot of people use their
PS5.
Steam Deck
Maybe he
without
will add
USB.
PS5.
Right.
Primarily to us, that just means that that console experience is there, but we just simply feel like if we were to make something,
So if they make a stronger version, like
that doesn't have
very
the weight and battery life limitations, we can give those people
very
a
simply
better
virtual make
experience.
it
Now, you might
fun.
look at the Steam machine and our
Like, if
footage
they
and
make
think,
a
"It's
strong
not
version of
console,
this,
why console shaped?" And it's really
like
simple. It's
like
because
very
it is a
like
small form factor
like
computer.
you
That is
know
all
like
it is.
at least
It's,
50, 80
an
type
SFF
of
PC with SteamOS
strong.
on it, and that's a good thing. That's
right?
really what we want.
In the
because
future, I
it
might
has
get it actually.
of the modularity of computers, so it doesn't have the CPU.
But this is still weak.
VGA solutions.
Yeah.
But
Like, it's weaker than my
you can
computer,
open it up and change
absolutely.
things.
It's-
You can access
has
BIOS, so we're talking about
3
that.
times less
Valve
RAM
says
than
it's
my
more
computer.
like a laptop-style
Weaker
BIOS, and that
GPU than
it is
mine.
not, gonna have as many
Somehow
options, so
weaker
it's-
CPU. But my
it's
CPU is old as hell.
But they did say that, quote, you can play around with frequencies. So there's some level
A
of
16
tuning
gig
you can do in
VRAM
BIOS.
version.
We asked Valve about its choice to
Absolutely,
go with
I
the
agree.
VGA's N4 solution rather than something socketable, seeing as that benefit
Like,
from
if they
AM5
do that,
likely
that might be my next
immortality,
computer.
anything like AM4. And Valve considered modular CPUs and GPUs, but settled on soldering both chips to the board for thermal and size reasons. Unfortunately, this means it's not upgradable because they're soldered to the board, but it gives them more control over it, makes it smaller. The CPU has a peak frequency of 4.8 gigahertz from what they told us, which sounds similar to an R5 7640U. It's not exact, but it's kind of getting there. It falls short of something like an R5 7600 from desktop. Now, the silicon's off the shelf. It's an AMD semi-custom solution, so Valve worked with AMD to do some tuning on the CPU. It's not
Yeah,
a lot
that's
from
what
we
I'm.
understand. It sounds
That's
like
what I want to
basically
see.
used
There's
off some parts they're not gonna
tuning,
use, like the IGP. They
right?
did whatever
Like,
tuning they want to do on the volt
with the
frequency
whole
curve.
hardware,
And then otherwise, there's firmware,
which is usually
customization, software customization,
always
of course, and
a
then
good
the fusing off
thing.
of certain elements. Now,
These will run
CU GPU, from what Valve
way
said,
better
operates
than the
typically
specs
at
say.
about 2.45 gigahertz under load.
So it
although
might
its peak
just
operating
run like a
temperatures would be higher
PS5
if you're
Pro,
familiar with
maybe.
AMD's terminology.
We'll have to see the
They sort of
data.
have
We'll
two
better
states.
see the data in
One
this
is like
video.
a nominal boost under load, and then the other
This is
one
why I
is
love
optimistic
Nexus, because it
boost.
shows all the
I mean,
data
I
and
was on
stuff.
the
You know.
boards. I'm really proud of how small it is for what it is.
It's great.
Both the CPU and the GPU is on it.
Oh,
We use the same thermal module to cool everything. So both the CPU and the GPU, the memory, and the FETs as well are all connected to the same thermal module.
Do you know, off the top of your head, the sort of power consumption during peak load or nominal load?
So the GPU is anywhere between 110 130 watts.
Okay.
we're still dialing that in, to be honest. CPU is closer to 30 watts.
Yeah, he's pretty objective testing hardware.
And,
Yeah. Very, I love that.
memory and
like
peripherals and all that kind of stuff.
I need the data. Is he showing it here?
Watt range.
Now, in a later discussion, Valve locked down the GPU to 110 watts. We asked about the chipset. Valve said it's routing all of the I/O through the CPU rather than using an AMD chipset on the motherboard. This is an option with AMD. You can just go through the I/O die on the CPU. That is something that they support. We asked about the VRM. We'll have to wait for the teardown to get final answers, but here's what they said. Here's what Yazan knew off the top of his head.
It's 6-phase for the GPU.
Okay. That's kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah, and then for the CPU, we have 2 or 3 phases. I don't remember exactly. The problem is like there's different rails. I'm trying. So like the GPU, there's like 6 phases for core. 2 or 3 phases for memory. For the CPU, it's I think total about 4 phases.
Okay.
Split between different rails.
VSOC and vCore and whatever, Power is handled by a 12-volt solution. It's only 12 volts. On a pure technicality, it's not necessarily 12 VO in the sense that it is using a blade connector instead of going through cabling. So this helps with a lot of
numbers don't lie.
Space, but there are other benefits as well. And it's a 300-watt power supply that's mated directly to the motherboard with the blade connector. Valve is doing something we want to give them
it's
credit
like
for here,
it's all number, data, and test, no words and stuff. That's why I like to watch reviews from this guy.
It's kind of cheating at the numbers because there's still an external.
You get what you want. Like if you care about perfectly what you want to know, you will know with this guy.
The power supply in the case, and that means they are taking up a decent amount of the Steam Machine's volume with a true internal power supply. Valve says that it hits over 92% efficiency in, quote, most scenarios, end quote. And given the thermal challenges and the space constraints, we think it's cool that they shoved it in here.
Massive compared to everything else. It's kind of crazy.
Living room is actually a really challenging thermal environment.
Yes.
Right? Like people can shove them in corners, put them behind things. So we thought about how do we have intake and exhaust that is hard to block. Somebody who's not really thinking about it. Like so we have bottom intake, so airflow kind of just flows around the front here through here.
Okay.
And then we also have perimeter intake here, 360 again because it's really hard to block every single one of those.
Right.
And then finally we have exhaust on the back because if you have cables attached here, you can't really push it all the way against the wall, so we always guarantee some space.
Now the legs are short, which we pointed out, but Valve says that its goal, for whatever this is worth, and we'll do all this testing once it's in, but was to fit under a 6-inch shelf in a media unit. We probably don't need to test that. Probably just look at a spec sheet for that part. But the thermals we're going to test, and that makes sense for a living room environment. They were telling us that the design
so they don't let
over fractions of a millimeter, and so a difference in half a millimeter of height. On those
they only were with
on the
ball of a dude to talk about it.
Trying to fit within certain, I guess, media entertainment type.
There's no data on this one yet, unfortunately.
Under a TV or something. Valve claimed that the leg height, as it is now, assuming it's not on carpet, still allows for 95% or thereabouts of flow performance as compared to a fully unrestricted bottom intake, meaning if you had an infinitely open bottom suspended in air, they think that they're close to around 95% of what they would be able to get in that situation. So we'll test that as soon as we get it in. We have all the tools for that. And you do absolutely need to make sure this does not go on carpet, though. And Valve did point out that they're going to say that in the manual.
All right,
to that effect. So
that's
as
obvious.
soon as it's on some surface that will conform to it, it's going to be a bad time. Now, Valve had some interesting solutions to its airflow and size limitations. There's a plastic ridge on the bottom of the machine, and that is intended to block hot exhaust from recirculation, which it does simply by just dropping down slightly lower to the floor. Under normal conditions, we were told that
I do think design-wise, airflow is very gotta let the little cube breathe. Yeah, it is still impressive on that size. It's super cute. It's literally a GameCube.
And the front is
I really would love this to succeed. Like I'm literally learning like the specs right now in this video, and it's okay. Like I want this to succeed, so there's a bigger cube. It's cute. I could put it in my room. I find it cute, the design. So right, you just put it in your room, and it will look great. And like, you can move it around. It's just very simple. Like, but again, I think it'll do great if they price it wisely. I agree. Like, so far, all the products they showed is for, like, the average person. I think the headset is also not for a massive VR niche enthusiast, but for the average person, like the Quest 3, that's a good headset.
With the intention that users can print their own, maybe with better airflow. Now, Valve did show us some other closed panels, but they were pretty cool.
This is what I'm mostly interested on. Like, I don't care much as a new headset.
They were using for testing. You could make one of these yourself if you were crafty enough. The relatively
like, I knew that the Steam frame were not gonna be for someone like me, but it will be good for competition. It's gonna be great for competition.
And then thermal putty for the rest. It doesn't directly contact the system memory or the storage. Neither of those are soldered to the board, though. The heatsink has 4 heat pipes that look like roughly 8mm solutions paired with a single custom 120mm exhaust.
You should watch the stream when it's over, when you have time. I had talked already a lot about this frame, if you want to watch that.
Which would enable better pressure performance. Using an axial fan rather than a blower for a device of this form factor is unusual and created design difficulties, Valve told us, as opposed to, for example, the PS5.
Yeah.
It just uses a gigantic blower. Now, the benefit of blower fans is static pressure performance. They are also pretty good at...
That's a jet. That's a jet, bro. That's a jet engine.
Exhausting the heat out.
So that's really cool. It actually looked like if I could have fans like this on my computer, it looks really fucking cool. Like, I like this design.
Out of a small enclosed box. The fan in this instance, axial one, is focused on static pressure. It ranges between 500 to 2,000 RPM.
I watched a lot about
it's got
it.
a blade to frame, tip to frame clearance of somewhere between 0.5 to maybe 1 millimeter. There's a big range, but Valve wasn't certain offhand what that clearance was, and also wasn't certain.
The only one thing that I liked that they did on the frame, I can say it again here. I don't care about everything, but that latency thing. If it's real, that latency, it's like super low. Like, we're talking about not noticeable. Literally as fast as the Bluetooth controller. I have to try it to believe it. There's just no way.
PBT or
I have to try it to believe it.
Asking is like,
I don't believe it.
That
it's that low.
And
have to see it.
Probably gonna be surprising to most people. Which
have
is
to
we
try it.
Design the fan first.
Okay. That's the one thing that 6 Hz
like when
thing.
A lot of thermodynamics are not flexible. Like if you know
everything else,
remove,
it's okay.
And you know what
I think the whole pack
reach,
up after other than that, it's okay.
You know how much airflow you need. Can I get to design the fan? So we really started by looking at what's on the market, how much airflow they can get at what static pressure, playing with blade geometries, like getting the optimal fan that we can.
The last thing
and they're open to like have someone else to like continue like the legacy of the index. They're open to talks about that. It's just like I'm more excited on that for niche enthusiasts, right, like me. So they make a better Lighthouse headset and has face tracking. That's it. That's all I'm asking. Like a Lighthouse face tracking headset. Yes.
Imaging for this one because it'll work perfect for it. I mean, we can test.
It's very niche, and I know that.
Sort of reflow,
so it's like,
circulation.
it's good that they're doing that.
Like
really easily, being open on talks for that.
And then we could also take a look at.
Hopefully something cool happens in the future for that.
Front panel attachment. So that'll be fun for us once it actually launches. The memory is upgradable with disassembly of the machine. It is laptop memory. We're not
I read about
2
that.
sticks or 1 at the moment. Replacing the stock M.2 2230 SSD is easier. It's directly exposed, and there is enough room for a standard 2280 drive. We had a really interesting technical discussion. It's kind of a side shoot. It goes into PCB design and memory trace routing. And so this was cool, where the GPU is GDDR6 memory, VRAM, and that poses some unique challenges, Valve was telling us, where they ended up using a 10-layer PCB because of the memory solution. But here's the clip.
Adding layers is typically done because you need layers for routing, and that's for us was the main reason because we needed to. GDDR6 is really hard to route.
Okay. Why is that?
It's a lot of signals, very high-speed signals.
External port. Yeah, the index had the same thing.
It takes a lot of layers to do that.
It's not new.
GDDR is pretty powerful.
But it's good that they are keeping their
some layers for power routing and then other layers for signal routing.
And is it still true that each trace for memory needs to be the same
The computer looks so good there. Like, look at it. I do like the design of that cube.
length.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So you have to time delay match. It's not even the same length. It's time delay. So you have to like keep in mind the propagation delay because the top layers will have slightly different propagation delay than the middle layers. So you have to keep that in mind. Impedance as well.
Right.
Yeah, the cube is the
basically
one
all
thing
the
I got interested on.
Right.
But now I'm saying that
down
yeah,
to, I think,
it's okay in specs, but it's for a good future. Yeah, it's like so far everything they announced, nothing for me, but it's a good future. It's a good future.
Like back drilling.
And I hope Meta can stop being stupid and finally get competition and they wake up their asses so they make better software for PC VR instead of their stupid hardware.
Stub that goes all the way down to layer
Stupid.
10.
Got it.
And what happens is when the signal transitions through, it hits that. and
Hopefully
some
they do
reflections
good
go through the
competition.
via,
Like,
they resonate and
I'm
cause
hoping
interference.
these are
Is this the same as a
cheap
VIA or is it different from a VIA?
devices, because if
familiar
they're not
It's
if they're not
basically,
cheap, guys,
if
if
you go like
the
half of the signals take,
the-
right,
the-
you go from layer 1
the
and then go to layer
Steam
5,
frame
continue
is
on layer 5.
$1,000,
Because the
then
V has to go
I
through the
don't
whole
think it will
board,
do great.
there's
I personally
path that
don't
doesn't take,
think it
right?
will do great.
Like a stub, like it's a
As
junction
much as
below, and the
as they're
signal will
great,
take one way, but
if
there's
it's gonna be
the
that
other-
much,
the other one, which is a byproduct to just
I would just get a
the
used
technology.
index somewhere
So we have to go back and drill that path and remove
or
it.
a Quest
So the signal
Pro.
doesn't travel both
Yeah.
paths and cause interference.
Cool.
Back drilling removes part of the via.
or whatever the new Quest is gonna be,
Finally,
like
there's a
$1,000.
customizable LED
Yeah.
bar on the front of the machine
But if it's
that's used
cheap,
as a
if it's around the
status
same
indicator for when the
price, then
display
it's
is
better.
off. For example, it can show download progress of games, and of course, we're well equipped
I love that
here
you can change the panel. Like that cube is so cool.
to test the thermal power, flow, acoustics, all that stuff on this. I'm actually excited to turn all of the equipment on it because this is like exactly what we are set up to do here. So as soon as it's out, you'll want to check back for all of that. But let's move on to the next part, which is the Steam frame. The Valve Steam frame.
All right, we'll end there because we already watched a lot of the Steam frame. I want to see data. You know, that's what I want to see. And I don't think he's gonna do that yet. It's probably gonna happen when he releases. You know, so that's what's expected, right? But yeah, thank you, Gamer Nexus and Linus Tech Tips. Subscribe to those two channels, guys. They're pretty great. Pretty great. First day on here. First day on video reacting, right? So type of like perfect timing because it's like these announcements happen. I'm confused about the price it's gonna get because they could custom some stuff but add a lot of cool stuff, so I can't imagine. Yeah, like none of these products are for me or for the average super high-end enthusiast, right? This is more for the average person, but for it to be good for the average person, I'm worried about the price. Like, I want them to succeed. I want Valve to succeed. This looks great. Okay, I think the Steam Machine. I think the Steam Machine will do really awesome if the price is like probably around the Steam Deck. If it's like the Steam Deck, then I think the Steam Machine will be good. Will sell good. I think it's gonna be great. Even for Latin Americans or other countries like that, if they make it cheap like that, it's gonna be a heck of a pick of a gaming computer for a lot of people. Because that's what it is,
shit,
a
man.
gaming
Life
computer.
will fucking life will take, bro. If everybody all.
Thank you, Maba. And I think I am strongly on that Steam Machine. I think it will do great for that. You know, it's more so for the average person who needs a mid-end computer, a middle end. I think it can do great. Like if you look at it based on the data of the average person, because Steam Machine makes sense when you look at the data. Why? If you look at the most used GPUs and CPUs of people of all Steam VR, you can see it's mostly mid to low end people. literally like 80% of them is like running like a freaking 1060 or 1070 is like or a 2060 ones, 3060. I think 3060 is like the most popular. I don't remember correctly, but around that range, and that's exactly what they went with, right? Literally the most popular specs. So they might be targeting, again, the average person in the world in Steam, right? It's not the high-end people, not the low-end people. It's like that middle ground. That's like good enough. Not the best, but it's good enough. Yeah. If they price it well, I think Steam Machine could do great, and it might be a good future. And it's like if they do an amazing Steam Machine for high-end, I'm interested on getting that, honestly. In the future, that is, if they do that. That I'm excited about. And same goes with the Steam frame. I'll guess $400. If it's $400, I think that's amazing. If it's like that, I'm saying, like a Steam Deck. If it's priced like a Steam Deck, that cube is amazing for that price. Like, it's even tempting, like a carry-on computer to take around with you in like trips and stuff. I think it's amazing for that price. Like, so I'm really excited on that one. And the Steam frame, again, to me, in my eyes, is just a competitor for what Meta's making. Meta's cooking really hard with their hardware as well on their new stuff. So, you know, next announcement of Meta, it might be huge. You know, I've seen other things as well. That might compete with Valve really well, but that low latency, that's the one thing that's a killer. That extreme low latency, 6 Hz in the computer for PC gaming, that might just make it the best wireless headset for PC. Just that alone. So if it's true, that is if it's true. But again, it's all about the price. If it's gonna be $1,000, just get a big screen, man. At that point, you just get a big screen. If you want a standalone $1,000, bro, just get a Quest. Yeah. I do think in those cases, yeah, if it's that expensive. But if it's cheap, if the Steam frame is around the same as the Quest 3, like how much is the Quest 3 right now? How much are we looking at? $500. Sounds about right. So if it's like $500, then I think you can even get a Quest 3S even cheaper. True, Quest 3S is pretty good as well. If they price the Steam frame around the price of the Quest 3 and the future Quest 4, I think it will do better than the Meta even. I think it'd be the competition we need. I think it's gonna make Meta actually wake up and do things better in their software department and do things better on the PC, because they will realize that PC VR matters. Most of people who get these things use them on PC VR. So I'm praying they do well on that, because if they press it too high, $1,000, none of that is gonna happen. None of that will go well. So, you know, it really depends on that price. That's how I see it. I think it's a $500 headset. The LCD screen and the monochromatic camera are a big budget cut, but it has eye tracking and several wireless technologies while at its own time. So I watched the Linus Tech Tips thing, and you know, there's like another reviews around. It's like the eye tracking is more for the streaming thing rather than social thing. So it probably does not have eyebrow tracking at all. but it has eye tracking several wireless technology on its own dongle. I can imagine the price it's gonna get. Yeah, I think the dongle is probably the best thing. I don't care about everything else. I think everything is average, personally. But the dongle and the connection to the computer is what is insane to me. That's what I'm interested on. That's really, really, really cool. Big screen, beyond 2 for the win. Honestly though, I still think it won't be better. Oh no, absolutely not. When it comes to PC gaming, I think the big screen beyond is still better. And if they're gonna price the Steam frame around $1,000, just get a big screen too. Just get a big screen too. If it's for PC VR, get a big screen too. Now, if you're someone who care about roaming around the house, you know, and going out, then I guess you can get Steam frame. But for $1,000, I don't know, man. Again, those are the rumors I heard. It's gonna be that expensive. I don't think it will, like, price is what matters in this thing, really. They didn't say any pricing for a reason, and that's concerning. Especially because of the tariffs, right? But yeah. That's what I think about this. I haven't even seen the device yet, but like, honestly, I hate meta software, but I'm glad I got the Quest Pro. I'm not gonna lie. Since I'm someone who's very niche, high-end enjoyer of VR, I need face tracking. I need, you know, being able to like have full body with more face tracking, and it does it exceptionally well. Like when it works, when it actually works, the headset is incredible. And the screen of the Quest Pro feels like it feels OLED. It really feels OLED. It's an amazing screen. So I was gonna get either the Quest Pro or the Steam frame, but they took too long. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep the Quest Pro. And now, after finally seeing the reveal, I'm glad I got the Quest Pro, actually. When it works. Which is, thankfully, recently, most of the time it works. It's just when Meta wants to have good software. So that's all I want. Like, if Valve succeeds, Quest software will get better for PC VR. And voila. You've seen my eyes with the eye tracking. The best part, it still whips, so they're working, improving. Yeah, I saw that they improve like the blinking and stuff. Like, if it's gonna be $1,000 and you're a PC gamer, don't get it. Get the big screen. That's just my opinion. Just big screen too. Just seeing the specs alone, just get the big screen too. Like, if you're a high-end user, it will be more expensive getting the controller and the base stations, but trust me, it's gonna be a better thing. Like $1,000, man. If the rumors are true that headset is $1,000, I start putting my doubts on the Steam frame. But if it's $500, if it's $500, then I think that headset's amazing. So it's all about pricing. I simply can go back to wire headsets I refuse. You kinda just use a ceiling cable thing, and that fixes it. At least to me. I use my Quest Pro wired to charge. Yeah, so that's not a problem to me. They did mention it's supposed to be less than the NX, but that's the only thing mentioned about pricing a Steam frame. Yeah, okay, that's good to know. If they did say that, if that's true, then imagine $1 less. Like, I'm guessing they mean like the whole pack of the index, which is $1,000. If it's less, than that. Like better be like. Honestly, if I have to price the max, maybe $700. I'm assuming the whole pack rather than the index alone. Yeah. The max I would price it is 700 to be worth it. Like maximum. If it's more than that, yeah, most people are thinking 800. Yeah, if it's plus 700, I don't think it's gonna be worth it for PC VR people. Again, like high-end PC VR people. Yeah. For instance, unfortunately, yeah. But yeah, like that's my opinion on this. I'm definitely excited to see how this is gonna play out, though. Overall, whether no, actually no, it matters. It has to go well. Like it has to go well. I'm hoping Valve does well with this Steam Machine and with Steam Deck. I am excited. This Steam Frame. I'm excited those things go well because I like these devices. I'm liking them. They're not for me right now, but they might be in the future. Like Steam Deck, like I usually game in my room. I have a Switch, and I might get a Switch too because I'm more of a Nintendo party game person. But usually when I game, I just rather be in my room. So usually Steam Deck is not so important to me, but I think it's cool. The new controller disinterests me, but we'll wait till the controller I currently use breaks. The controller is cool, I agree. Meta needs stronger competition so they can get their shit together, is what I'm saying! So that was gonna get next. The deck is cool. The Steam Machine, I think it's a good future for gaming. Xbox is dying. Xbox, copy what Steam is doing. How about you do that shit? PlayStation, start making Steam Machines. I like this cube. I want it to good grade. This is the number one thing I am excited about. That cube. It's not the greatest, but the idea. I want this. I want this to work. I want that cube to work. Because it's exactly what I've been wanting for a long time. It's just a computer console. But it's both. It's a computer, but it's also a console. Like, I need that to happen in the future, and the games will run better, will be easier to take around. They're smaller, they're stronger. You know, that's what I need. That's what I need. I want to see that happening. And then the Steam Frame, harder, better, faster, stronger. Hell yeah! And then the Steam Frame, I'm excited, and not for the product itself, but for the ecosystem of VR to improve and be better, and Meta to get their shit together. So Meta can truly start paying attention to those who use the headset the most, which is PC people, and they stop neglecting us like they do. It's annoying. So hopefully Steam Frame do amazing as well. That way we all win. We all win. So please, hopefully this works. I'm excited. I'm very, very, very excited. I mean, I will probably grab it since I am on Quest 2 per third-party last time. Hopefully it's cheap for you. Yeah, if you're gonna grab it, for those who are grabbing in, watching my stream, watching the VOD, like, hopefully it will be cheap for you, because I think it's a good headset. It's a good, it's literally better than the Meta in every way, but it's all about the price, okay? It's like, if it's gonna be $1,000, honestly, just get a Quest. But, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how things go. But yeah, for now, it's nothing for me, but for the future, if they succeed and I'll succeed, I might end up having these devices, who knows? I do need to improve my computer. My CPU is getting old. I've noticed a lot of these things I do bottlenecks my GPU my CPU, I mean. And there's times my GPU never reaches to 100%, ever. The most I've seen my GPU get is to like 80%. It's because my CPU is weak as hell. But to that I need to improve it, so... the Steam Machine always is not gonna happen. Like, nothing here is gonna happen, but in the future, maybe when I need to improve, I am looking to that. But for now, I do need a computer. This is one of the things I plan to get an improved computer. I might use my same GPU. My GPU is really strong. I just need to get a new motherboard, new RAM, new SSD, new everything, because my motherboard and CPU is old. So I need to just get a whole new computer at this point. Without a GPU. I was prepared for the run to 1,200. I'll say resolution currently has is fine to me. And will it make use for the headers for now? Yeah, makes sense, I see. Yeah, to me, like, to me 1,200, it's the pass, hard pass. But if it's gonna be cheaper than the index, then it might be interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much for me. I'm still trying to save for a new mic, by the way, so I can hear better. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna take my leave now. It was fun talking about for the first time doing reacts. Let's see if we do more. Don't forget, Friday is gonna be a big party in VR, alright? And then Saturday, I'm gonna have, with the server, private, cozy time, alright? Now, I'm mentioning the private one to those that are close to me and are watching the VOD or watching right now. But yeah, hope you have a great night, River. Thank you, I appreciate it. You guys too, alright? But yeah, don't forget. Don't forget, let me show you the poster again. Those that missed it. Crap. Ta-da! Here's the poster. Look, oh my god, it's tiny me. Oh my god, can you not? There. Here we go, ta-da! Hold on. Again, 4-hour event, open deck, so it's gonna last longer if someone wants to play. Very nice poster. Thank you. This is gonna happen Friday, so any of you, again, I'll repeat it again, any of you that are watching right now, or watching the VOD, that, you know, are either like to rave and in VR, hopefully I'll see you there. And Saturday, cozy time, but those are for like with special people to me, close to me, or in the server. They're being a while there, so if I know you, please, hopefully I can see you. And after that, I don't know, again, I'm doing this because I don't know if I'm gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna take a hiatus or not. It depends, but, you know, you'll see it. You'll see if you have burn on it. But anyway, love all of you, alright? Love all of you. Alright. Y'all get great. Amazing. Alright. Welcome, loves. You guys have a good one. Up to do. Up to do. I will eat. I will eat. But before I leave, of course, I am going to end in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fucking stupid Twitch. I was waiting for that. Let me do it for you. Is it Vita too bright? Yeah, Vita too bright. Alright. Here. God damn it. Can someone else do one last video? I'm gonna do the countdown again. 5, 4, 3, 2,